This is the national support session for NTP 7311 for your final POE. Let's just have a look at the key points here. Due on the 4th of June, so you have a week or so. Check your PAS for updates, but at this stage it's the 4th of June, as you know, needs to be in before 12. So 2359 is fine, 0000 is too late. You'll lose 15% if you hand it in within 24 hours after the 4th of June. Don't take that knock, you don't need to. Please make sure your references are good, your references are right, that they comply with the 2025 rules, and then please, 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 AI declarations. If you don't know how to do this, please go check it out. Any form of AI that you use, you must declare it. I got a couple of guys by that used AI, and it was sparingly used, and it was used in the correct manner, etc. And I could get them by last time. It's not going to happen again. They're going to come down heavy on you. So please, guys, if you're going to use AI, just declare it. It's as simple as that. 2,000 to 2,500 words reports. Oh, sorry, and one more thing about the referencing. If you've been addressed about referencing, please check out the reference and reference it correctly. By this stage of the third year, or your final year of study, you really need to know how to reference and reference properly. 2,000, 2,500 words. Yeah, it's enough. You shouldn't be going over that, but you need to be concise. There's luckily one or two things that are light on words, so you should be fine. You must rely on what you've done in the first two assignments. You're building on this. This is a portfolio of evidence, so it's building on those other things. Don't contradict yourself. Go back and look at what you've done. This is an essay. You're required to write an essay. Do not use bullets. If you're going to use bullets, it's fine to say there are 3 key points, bullet 1, bullet 2, bullet 3, and then you discuss it. But don't try to answer a question via bullet points. The instructions are you're not allowed to do that. So the instruction to me would be give no marks for that. What are we going to do? A cover page, an introduction, questions 1 to question 4, question 1.1 to 1.4. You're going to write a conclusion, slap a reference list in there, slap your AI declaration in there, and any appendices that you would like to attach. I can't think of any, but if you need to, you need to. Okay, so let's have a look at what you got to do. So question 1.1 deals with your stakeholders. You need to discuss your stakeholders by name. So no vague discussions. Who are the stakeholders? Discuss them by name. If it's organizations, whatever, name them. In my case, it might be the Department of Health. So name the Department of Health. Is it the Provincial Department or the National Department of Health? Name them. Use the Mitchell stakeholder typology in chapter 16. It's going to help you quite a lot. And stakeholders, remember, stakeholders, some hinder and some help. Make a distinguish between them. You'll see when you read the essay instruction, it calls for that. And here your reasoning why this is a supportive or a hindering stakeholder is important. You need to reason it, you need to argue it. You need to go further than Neck, and Murray. So yeah, chapter 16, if you start searching the Mitchell stakeholder topology, look for solid academic sources, not Indeed or Wikipedia, one of these nonsense sites. Get some real sites out there. And remember, a academic reference always has an author. Staff writer is not an author. So it needs to be Jack Peters, who is the author of that article. Then we're cooking with gas. But you can't just use these vague websites and stuff like that. Get some real stuff. Okay, question 1.2. There we're looking at chapter 6. So here we need to draw a customer journey map. You've decided on your segment already in previous assignment. So now you have to do a visual representation of the journey that the customer is going to experience with you. Now, there's 2 ways to approach this. There's the 6 steps or the 5 stages of interaction. I don't care. Use either or. but it must be applied to your case, and this you can't do without further sources. You need to go find other sources about how and what and why. So you're doing an illustration, you're drawing a picture, plus a discussion of the 5 points, 5 steps, 6 steps, 5 stages, whichever one you decide to use. Table 6.5 may help, but it's not the answer, but it gives you a sense. So just to be clear, you have to show a visual picture. Now I'm going to show you 2 pictures. Don't get it right. So that's a customer journey map. That's a very, very detailed customer journey map. I don't expect this from you, but this gives you a sense of how complex it can be, but it can also be as simple as this, right? Neither of these are correct is the answer. Don't copy and paste them. Don't try to duplicate them. But I'm showing you what customer journey maps look like. So that is one way of doing it. This is another way of doing it. As long as you show a visual representation and then discuss it of how the customer is going to interact and their journey, you need to go read up on this, and you'll be fine. Question number 3. Create a mission, vision, and value statement for your app. Right? Now, go read, guys. Seriously, go read. There's a difference between a vision, a mission, and a value statement. They are 3 separate things, right? Go read up, and what I want to see here is, I want to see just a brief theoretical discussion with references outside of Nick and Murray, to say that to show me, I know what a mission, a vision, and a value statement is, but show me that you know what it is, right? So then you make the statement. You say, my mission statement is, you write it. My vision statement is, you write it. My value statement is, and you write it. You physically put them there. And then a brief discussion. But you can't even start writing if you don't understand what a mission, a vision, and a value statement are. You need to go read up about those 3 things. And guys, please, don't rely on your knowledge. If you think you know what they are, great, I'm very happy for you. Go back and confirm your knowledge. Make sure that you know what you're doing here. Then we get to question 4, which deals with chapter 11, and this is about failure. So things happen in entrepreneurs, to entrepreneurs, and one of the things that happen is failure. So identify and describe reasons why your app could fail. Go have a look at it, figure it out, and find reasons why it could fail. And list a couple of those reasons, and then select one of those and discuss how you will learn and how this will help you. What will you learn if that failure takes place? And how what are you going to learn? How's this going to help you in the future? And then a discussion on grit. Go read what grit is, and how grit will help you to, when failure threatens, to get through that. Once again, Nick and Murray is great starting point. Go read more. So for each one of these questions, I would suggest you've got like 2-3 sources outside of Nick Murray, meaning you probably have at least 12 sources at the end of your essay. And then it starts to look good. I must commend, and those of you that you'll know who you are, I've got people using 3 pages of sources, guys. 3 pages of sources, solid academic sources. But then when you start looking at the marks, you also see they drift to the top. And the reason for that simply is simple. It's not because they've got 3 pages of sources. That doesn't let you drift to the top. If you consult widely, you become more expert on the topic, and you can write better, and you can write wider and deeper and explain the topic so much better. And that's why people that consult more sources know more about the topic. They write better and they get better marks. That's as simple as that. So if you're in trouble at this stage, you've not done well in the first 2, and you need to push your marks up, start reading, guys. Start reading. So then you do a conclusion. How does the 4 things that you've discussed affect your learning and the future of your app? 150 words, 200 words. Put it all together. Then check your referencing. Make sure you're referencing your index referencing And remember, 2025, we've got a different system. Things like we now use the word and. We don't use the ampersand sign, that funny thing that looks like an 8. We don't use that anymore. We use the word and. More than 3 authors, we use et al. From the beginning. So these are things that you must do and must get right. If you're not sure about your writing, use Grammarly. I have no problem with the use of Grammarly. However, it is AI. You must declare the use of Grammarly. You must say exactly what you use it for. And then make sure that you submit it early so you get your Turnitin score, so you can see, because if you guys are going to use all those sources, let's be careful about plagiarism. We don't need that. By now you should have had you should know about the Shark Tank. There's a video that will go with this one, or just before, just after this video, on the Shark Tank presentations. Book your slots, please. I sent you an email the other day, so check your student email. It's all electronic. Don't send me an email and say, Carl, I want to book a slot. I can't actually book a slot because I've made it all electronic. It makes it easier for me and for you, so you can see what slots are available. I've opened up a couple of Wednesdays and a couple of Saturdays, so people working and people that can't do it in the evening can do it Saturdays. People who can't do it on the Saturdays can do it on Wednesday evenings. So please book your slots, guys. I don't want to sit around on a Saturday morning and I've opened a Saturday morning for you and you're not booking slots. So please use them. Get them over and done as soon as possible, those Shark Tank things or presentations. And then, as always, there's my email. Drop me an email. Guys, we'll chat soon. I should see you possibly next semester. All the best. Give it stick at the end. And then, yeah, see you soon. Cheers.